Now we see through a glass darkly, but then face to face. Now I know in part, but then I shall know even also as I am known. 1 Corinthians 13, verse 2. Philip's translation of this text is illuminating. At present, we are men looking at puzzling reflections in a mirror, but the time will come when we shall see reality whole and face to face. At present, all I know is a little fraction of the truth, but the time will come when I shall know it as fully as God knows me now. The mirrors of Paul's day were probably not as good as ours, but even today, the best way to view the landscape is not through a rearview mirror. Paul's analogy reminds us of Plato's man in a cave whose knowledge of the world was limited to the reflection of light that came in through the opening of the cave. Even the most highly gifted and most completely educated know little of the universe. All we see are the puzzling reflections, and often they are distorted. The time will come when we throw away the mirror, or to change the figure, we come out of the cave and see reality whole and face to face. The greatest thrill of heaven will surely not be the streets of gold or pearly gates or beautiful mansions. The real satisfaction of eternity will be possessing knowledge and insight that will banish fear and insecurity and ignorance. That is, experiencing the presence of God fully. A child is born in the slums and spends his childhood in a depressed neighborhood. Seldom does he get more than a few blocks from the miserable tenement he calls home. Reality to him is limited to a few blocks on the wrong side of the tracks, outdated buildings, and associates as limited in experience as himself. Then, one day he's taken from his home and circles over his city and the surrounding country in an airplane. He sees a city he never knew, although he was always a part of it. The little segment of his experience grows to a widening circle as he explores more and more of the world in which he lives. Eternity will be like that. The limited glimpse of reality we now experience will enlarge to include the universe. Now we see in part, but then we'll see in whole, like we are enamored by a pixel just to zoom out and finally see the full picture. And as always, think on these things.